Good day, everyone. Alice here from Safi Financial Network. Today is February 22nd, 2023. Here is S&P chart, and today we had a doji bar. So everyone was waiting for Nvidia earning call after market, so it just came up, Nvidia, and we will get back to that one. But market just closed exactly the same, like 4,001 yesterday was closed at 4,000. So 4,000 level, psychological level was hold for now, and we should see some kind of like action because right now momentum wise daily chart we are getting back to oversold condition, and last time when we got into oversold condition was December, and December, this one coming along with weekly oversold conditions. So that's why we had this phenomenal move to the upside. Also, IMI was looking for kind of like a pretty close. So this is a new indicator that I'm just tracking up. So this is pretty nice signal as well. But anyway, so when you're just look at this as like a moment, this is another momentum indicator, and we are not oversold yet. So we are pretty far away from 30% oversold, and I believe we are just seeing this one as stochastic wise, a MACD, and also RSI is not in oversold condition. So all in all, when I'm just seeing that one, this is just a bounce, and that could be a possible relief rally to the upside to 4,050 and to this pivotal point. So if you want to be specific about it, so look at this level as like a selling opportunity, 4,045 to 4,050. So that's going to be the level for next 2-3 days. Probably market will have like a very light rally, I should say. Shouldn't be like a crazy one. It should just be a relief rally to the upside, then continuing to the prevailing downside trend. So another type of action, price action that you want to follow here is the low October, and if you just connecting to December low and moving on to the upside, market just a touch above this trend line, coming along with this SMA 50 in a daily chart and lots of support there. And also, this is a breakout candle. I told you yesterday, so this candle shows a support as well. So market just technically needs to have a reaction to this, and this is gonna be a bounce to the upside and probably just a bounce and then coming down. If we break through this trend line and SMA 50, then it's gonna be this support area, which is kind of 39 19 to 39.43, which is going to be wide range bar, SMA 200, SMA 150, SMA 100 as well. So lots of support then, and also pull back to this major trend line as well. So if you want to just go with this one, that's going to be the possibility of the market as well. So again, we are looking for kind of like a dangerous or kind of cautious period from middle of the February to middle of the March, and even moving forward to the early April. So all traders, investors need to be patient and need to be cautious as well, especially when they are trading on the long side. Moving on to the early price action, here's the early chart. So we are getting back to this nice area, and yesterday I was talking about this. So we got this very aggressive apex pattern. So this pattern is showing lower low, lower low, lower low. On the other side, we are seeing higher high, higher high. So this megaphone apex pattern is very aggressive one. So if we break either way, that's gonna be kind of like a very sharp move to the upside or downside. Again, any upside move probably to this level, look at that. So if you just zoom in here, so here is a 450, so that's going to be good distribution level. So here's the one, here's the pivotal point, and here's the distribution level, and here is one as well. So if you just look at all these things together, and here I just want to say this area would be very important again to see a pullback to this line and then coming down, continuation of the prevailing downtrend. All right, so moving on to Nasdaq, let's move on to the Nasdaq chart. Moving on to the daily chart. So Nasdaq is the same. So over stochastic signals for oversold condition. RSI is in 50%. MACD is kind of like getting to negative side, and probably we are seeing another upside move for next 2-3 days. And Nasdaq, we can go to this level as well. So Nasdaq, if you wanna be specific about this, so probably to this area and also to this area, which is gonna be 100, 200 above the current level. 12,135, probably it goes to 12,230, 12,030. 300. So that's going to be the area, and the next downside move is coming pretty sharply, I would say, probably to this level area as well. So I'm still looking for a lower low for the Nasdaq, especially when weekly chart, and we will get back to that one on the Friday. But weekly chart tells us we are getting back to the weekly bearish momentum. So here's the hourly chart. Hourly chart shows kind of like exactly the same pattern. We are getting to, if you're getting to 12,197 to 12,288, so that's going to be possible scenario for a sell-off. So here's the area that I'm looking for, a bounce. If you see a bounce, and even probably it goes even further, especially here, this area. So there are lots of resistance here, lots of damage has been done to the chart yesterday and also beginning of this week. So any rally could be selling opportunity. It's just a matter of time when exactly. So Dow Jones had a nice move to the upside today, but let me go to the daily chart. So Dow Jones just reacted to this SMA 100, and we are just having another follow through to the downside. This is a pivotal point. Again, Dow Jones is getting ready for kind of like a downside move, especially when crude is coming down sharply today. So we will get back to that one. I just added gold, crude, and note to our daily analysis to make it more sophisticated for you folks. So Dow Jones is getting back to here. So Dow Jones is weak. Dow Jones is weak, especially after breaking out this triangle and going down. If we take out this pivotal point, something around 32,300, 32, I believe, 32,800, sorry, 32,800 to 32,300. So that's going to be important pivotal point. If we take out this pivotal point, it goes down to 31,000 and also 30,000. That's going to be the possibility. Moving on to hourly chart. So here's the hourly chart for the Dow Jones. We had a nice uptick just after hours. However, market was pretty oversold, and we need to see what, as you see here, this is an early chart. Lots of pivotal points here, lots of support here. So there is no surprise if you see some bounces here or there. But ultimately, as I said, this triangle has been broken to the downside. Weekly and daily chart shows for a reversal to the downside. So moving on, let's start with Nvidia. Just Nvidia had a nice earning today. So here's the post market price. So market will open tomorrow probably 224. Very, very substantial move to the upside. I'm not sure if it gets to nominal high or so, but probably Nvidia is going to be a lifesaver, at least for now. This is going to be a pivot. And today price action was doji bar was a pivot. So if we see something like a clean out to this pivotal point, Nvidia is coming back down, which I believe it's going to be another big M pattern, to be honest. And this is kind of like an important pivotal point for the M pattern. What do I mean by M pattern is, so something like this, if it goes up here, then because it's going to open tomorrow here, then coming down. So this is going to be very, very important pivotal point. So if you see something like this, you're going to just make a decision if you want to have this one in your portfolio right now. I would say no, don't have it. Any rally to the upside would be nice selling opportunity. So be careful on that one. And moving on to, let's move on to gold today. Yeah, we just added gold here. So gold had a nice downtick today. We had another follow through to the downside. Gold is coming back to 1808. I believe that's going to be the first level for the bounce, and 1777. So this area would be very, very important for gold. You will see if it goes down there, so that's going to be possible bounce. I would say gold is going to be, I'm going to be buyer gold around here if it gets there. So we will see how it goes, but for now, from here to there, if it goes down to here, so somewhere around 1800 or just 10 bucks, 20 bucks below. Right now we are at 1825, just 1777. That's going to be a good possibility for bounce. Right now we are looking at crude. Crude just forming a kind of like a QM pattern. This is very, very bearish pattern, to be honest. If it gets below this 72 and close a weekly chart below 72, so crude is just pave its way to go to the downside, probably to here 61 to 63. So be careful on that if you have got a crude. I was bullish in crude, I'm still bullish on crude, but seems like the pattern is giving us another probably spike to the downside, then to the upside, probably to 100. Goldman Sachs just coming with a prediction, which I don't care, to be honest, but crude can get to $100 again this year. All right, moving on to 2 years Treasury note. So Treasury note, we are just getting again to 4.69%, which is signaling to the Federal Reserve you're still behind the curve. Still, Federal Reserve needs to have more hikes to get to this level, because this needs to be below Fed fund rate, but right now it is above it. So this signals for another rate hike, probably by Federal Reserve, going to get to 5% or so. If it gets to the 5%, so that's going to be very, very ugly. And if it stays there for a long time, so you should keep an eye on this. If it goes to higher level, it's gonna be bad for stock market and also gold as well, just because they don't want to see this one is getting higher and higher. VIX is coming down today, just the downtick. VIX had a nice move to the upside yesterday, but today just coming down. Probably we'll see another a downside move tomorrow or even on Friday, but I believe VIX is getting ready for another pop to the upside, and the next downside could be buying opportunity if you wanna trade option, or if you ask me, call option worth it somewhere around 20 if you just buying call option for the end of the March or even April. That's going to be a good possible scenario for VIX to have a spike to the upside. Dixie, another optic today, nice optic. So Dixie just paved its way for our first move, which is 106. I believe still there is going to be a choppy sloppy, but the next move is coming. So the ultimate level for Dixie, which is dollar index, 109 to 110. This area, this is the box that we should just keep an eye on this. Apple had a positive today, just a doji bar. After market, Apple just a bit gain a bit. So 149.25 after market. So Apple is showing kind of like choppy and consolidation, still holding up this bullish wide range bar, but again, because it pierced through, so look at that. So 148.08, because it pierced through to the downside. This could be a possible scenario for the next move, would be kind of like a selling opportunity to the downside. Amazon had an uptick today, so Amazon is forming very, very nicely. This is just a rally again, something like this, and if you see a rally doesn't have a momentum, probably the next momentum to the downside would be very, very sharp. Meta had a downside today, so 0.96 cent down, doji bar, and just after our just a bit again a bit, and we'll see how it goes. But Meta ultimate level is going to be 147, 160. The question is when, which I'm thinking a March period, especially second half of the March, we'll see these ones. Microsoft is weak today, so Microsoft just $16 lost today, and it just had a follow through. It just went all the way down. After hours just gain a bit, but again, it doesn't change the bigger picture. The bigger picture would be just probably a rally to the upside to 256, 257, and then coming down to 232, 240. That's going to be possible scenario for the next week. Google downside today, doji bar, this consolidation, very, very technical reaction. So I can't tell anymore, just because Google. Again, the same pattern. If you see a momentum, a rally could be just selling opportunity, and we will see a downside to this level. Probably Google test lower low to 75 to 83 for the next weeks. Netflix had a downtick today. Netflix is coming down. Look at the pattern. The pattern is nice. However, it's coming to the support area. It's coming to the gap. If you see a Netflix had a bounce, this bounce again, same as the other one, could be a selling opportunity. So tomorrow on Friday, probably we will have some sideways to the upside for most of the technology stocks, even for S&P 500, for Nasdaq, but this rally could be just a selling opportunity. Tesla had a very, very nice uptick today, nicely back up. So this is a trend line for Tesla for the short term, still within this wide range bar, consolidation to the upside. If it goes up and then coming back down, close below this 192, 193, that's going to be a possible scenario for end of the rally. And I believe this is kind of like a round top, and this is a rolling formation, and any upside would be a kind of like a selling opportunity, as I said many times in this video. SMH just downtick today, but after market it just went all the way up to 238. So SMH is gain a bit, but look at that. So this is the gap, this is the pivotal point, and I believe the rally could be one day or two, and then selling opportunities coming for lots of semiconductors and technology as well. SOXX, the same pattern. So it can go to this pivotal point, 413.55, and look at this gap, and this gap could be selling opportunities. So any rally within the next 2-3 days, that's going to be a selling opportunity for SOXX as well. TSM, so in semiconductor words we are talking about, so again the same pattern. So it can go up to $90 after market just goes to 88.20, but again that's going to be a good selling opportunity. AMD 76 cent, and AMD just had a follow through. Again, lots of wicks and lots of volatility. This is the gap, this is the support coming to this consolidation, and any rally again to this pivotal point or to this wide range bar could be a selling opportunity. Texas Instrument, we talked about Nvidia, so we are not talking about it anymore. Texas Instrument 169. Texas Instrument, even after market, it didn't have like a decent gain. So this stock is weak, and this is going to be the leader to the downside. And I believe still this is going to be on the plate for next few weeks. Lam Research is the last one today. So Lam Research, $5 down, just touching the trend line. So technically we should see a bounce, and the day is coming, and tomorrow and Friday probably we'll see a bounce, but this bounce could be a selling opportunity. A maximum stretch, I would say, I'm not sure, within this gap, which is kind of like middle of this wide range bar, this gap or this pivotal point, and then coming down to 444, 380 to 400. That's going to be a possible scenario for the first target. Okay, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye bye.